Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and well done to those of you having a go at our alien invasion puzzle hunt. Let's just have a look at, this is out of date, let's have a look at the number of solves. Look at that, Mini Uranus has had over 1,000. 239 have got through Mercury, and suggests that around that number have got through the whole hunt. So very well done those of you who've had a go. I do think we're only a few days into the month, so the context of this is that it's not quite as hard as some of the other hunts, so give it a try. There are counting circles in every puzzle in some way, and variant forms of those, probably from variant beings. That is on Patreon, along with videos about crosswords and connections and gridogram. Very interesting quotation finding game, and there's always plenty of content on Patreon. Do join us there, it's great fun. We've also of course got our apps, and one of the ones I don't mention much is Approachable Sudoku, and quite a few of the puzzles in that were by the rather excellent Dutch constructor Mr. Menace, who we welcome back to the channel today, with a puzzle called Coded Pairs. So amongst our apps of that Approachable Sudoku and Classic Sudoku 2 and the Worms, which are good fun, and include a worm by Zetamath now. So do look at those. There's also a bit of merch and so on going on, so check out Marty Sears Rat Run merch and our own caps and so on. I will be wearing a Cracking the Cryptic cap at the cricket tomorrow. Anyway, let's have a look at Mr. Menace's puzzle, Coded Pairs. And I'll try and explain the rules. So normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Oh look, the digits 1 to 9 are provided once each as givens here, in almost their order. Now, there are also outlined cages drawn in the grid, each containing a letter, like this one is E. The same letter, it's not the same total, it represents the same exact pair of digits across the grid. So the pair of digits in E there are the same as the pair of digits in E here. Different letters must represent different pairs, although obviously at least one digit will be an overlap between two pairs, because I see there are 5 caged different letters. The order of digits within cages does not matter. It's a very simple rule set. It's a very interesting idea. I think the title of this puzzle is the title of this rule type, Coded Pairs. But I don't remember ever having done a puzzle with that rule set before, and I'm going to have a go at this one now. You can try it by clicking the first link under the video in the description field. I am going to try it starting now. Let's get cracking. So we have got, well, let's start with that E that I had highlighted, because in row 1 these two digits cannot be 1 and 2, and in row 8 they cannot be 8 and 9, and in box 7 they can't be 7. So we're selecting from 3, 4, 5 or 6. This puzzle might suit my pencil marking style if this is a good way to go. Of course, it might put a bomb under my pencil marking style if it is not the right way to approach it. A seemed a bit less helpful from that point of view. Yes, you can't put 1 or 3 in that cage, and you can't put 4 in that cage, but any other digit can have a go. Could get into A, as far as I can see. How are we going to make some general deduction? I don't know. Okay, here's a new way of looking at it. 2 and 8 can't be in any of those cells. So at least one of them is in C, at least one of them is in D, at least one of them is in A, and at least one of them is in B. Is that interesting? It is a new way of looking at it. So what could 8 cannot be in C, so that digit is not 8. Yeah, that's interesting. 8 can't be in C because of box 8. So the 8 in this box is in one of those 3 cells. It's either in D, And then it would also be, in fact, these two cells have to, this is another new way of looking at it. These two cells have to be the same because the two cells in D are always the same, and that one can't be the same as that one. So if that's an 8, that's an 8. Alternatively, there's an 8 in B or an 8 in A, which would be there. Okay, I can colour these two cells as well, and they're clearly not the same as pink because they share space in row 5. So what can't be 2? Nothing in B can be 2. It's a symmetrical opposite to that. So 2 is in one of these 3 cells. Could be in D. If it's in C, where's the other? Ah, no. This digit that I've got highlighted in the central box cannot be a 2, because that would require there to be a 2 in this cage, and with 2 there and 2 there, there'd be no way. So that is not possible. Oh, was that available for 8 and B? Yes, it was, thanks to the symmetry that Mr. Menace has baked in here. This couldn't be 8, because that would require this B cage to have an 8, and that's impossible. So what we've now discovered is that this is a 2-8 pair, and that is the same for red and pink in row 5. That's so strange. That's clearly, what you can also tell is that I'm doing the right thing in this puzzle, because that's so neat. It's like Paul Dirac's maxim that if something is beautiful, it's the right answer. Now, what next though? Because that's one discrete step. Oh, I hadn't even figured out. Are there only 2? I'd assumed without checking that there are 10 cages and 2 of A and 2 of B, 2 of C and 2 of D and 2 of E. I think actually that's right. Yeah, there are. And a massively symmetrical layout. The only disturbance to the symmetrical layout is this digit 7, which is not matched up there. Anyway, that is a total irrelevance. What we now need to... So D and A we know about. They have these digits in. Could they have the other digit in as well? That digit would have to appear in, I mean, could it? No, they can't, both, obviously, because we were told different letters must represent different pairs. Okay, what next? What next? Because I don't know. I've got these E's that contain 3, 4, 5, or 6. Just don't know much about the other. B can't have a 1 or a 2 in it. Yeah, that original way of looking wasn't really getting anything done. Oh, these two cells are the same as each other. But the trouble is, then I want to highlight these two cells as being the same as each other, and I don't know whether they're green. They could be. They could even be red, actually. So these greens I've highlighted could be pink. Oh. Oh, I'm going to get myself very confused. Oh, what can't green be, though? Never mind that green could be pink. What can't it be? Because this sees 1, 3, and 6. This one sees 4 and 8. So green is 2, 5, 7, or 9. Now, can it be 2? If green was 2, then there's a 2 in one of these cells, a 2 in one of those, that's 2, that's 2. This one, because that's where it would have to be in box 5. If green was 2. Now, oh, no, I was going to... Oh, obviously that would be 2. So there couldn't be 1 in B, so that's not 2. So there's 1 in one of those 2. Ah, you see, I can't rule this out. One of those 4. Green being 2, I had hoped to say won't happen, but I've not got that right. We've also got some overlap between digits for C and B, which we were using earlier, and I wasn't really paying attention. So this digit must be here. I should have done that the other way around. This digit in this cage must be there. And then one of these is yellow. And yellow can't be 2, 8, 4, 5, or 6. Okay, well that's quite interesting. Now, this is, what I'm marking is all true. These candidates are restricted. Yellow, those two yellows must be the same. But, you know, and that works for green. But I have to bear in mind some of these colours could overlap. They could bleed into the others. So green could be pink. I don't actually think yellow, this yellow sees all of the other colours I've done, so it can't be any of the other colours. And I suppose this digit is the same as this in B and can't be 6. Oh, it can't be pink or red. Oh, that's an interesting way of looking at it. So it can't be 2 or 8, it can't be 5, 1, 3, 4, 7 or 9. I mean, I could colour it, but frankly, I'm getting a bit confused on colours at this point. There are going to be overlaps somewhere in the puzzle, but I just don't know where they're going to be. Right. I don't know what to do. C can't have a 3 in it. Where's the other C? Or a 7. Or an 8. Or, I want to say or a red or a pink. I'm not 100% sure. This one can't be red or pink. No, nor can this. That C's red and pink too. Oh, okay. So C can't be, what did I say earlier? 3, 7, 8, but also can't be 2 because it can't be red or pink. So C is made up of 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9. But this digit, which must also appear here, can't be 4 or 5. So that is 1, 6 or 9. I am going to give that a colour. Although I have to bear in mind, light blue, oh no, it can't be the same as any other colour because that one sees all of my other colours. So the only possible overlap I've got at the moment is green and pink. But if I was to start colouring this cell, which must be the same, that could be yellow. I don't think it could be anything else. If it was yellow, it would be 1 or 9. I'm sorry, I don't know any other way to go about this puzzle. I suspect there's a much cleaner way of looking at it, but all I can do is my best. Okay, these... where do 4 and 5 go in the central column? That's a lovely question that I hadn't thought to ask. Must be those two cells, given the pencil marking I've been doing. Okay, that's good. That would be the sort of thing that's quite hard to see if you don't pencil mark. It probably doesn't help, but it possibly does. Okay, what it does do is say that neither of 4 or 5 can be in D, because that cell sees them both in this spot, in this cage, and that cell, which is the other one of 4 or 5, sees that, and this cell clearly can't be 4 or 5 from the pencil marking. So D doesn't contain a 4 or 5. What else doesn't it contain? It doesn't contain a 9. It does contain a pink digit, which I haven't really marked. But it doesn't contain 4, 5, or 9. Surely there must be something else that it doesn't contain. Maybe not. Maybe I'm meant to use the fact that one of these is pink. I know that one of these 3 is pink, but it could be green. So I don't really want to mark that too hard. Okay, let's have a look at this digit in B. Those two are the same because they're not the yellow, but they're in B. They're not 2 or 6. Well, we know they're 1, 3, 4, 7 or 9. There's no point running through the list of digits they might or mightn't be. It's very hard to get traction on this. I mean, that's definitely right. I just don't even really know how to look at it yet. Oh, look, 3 can't be in D either. That wasn't one of the ones I listed. I said that D couldn't have 4 or 5. I got excited about that, or 9. But I've just seen this cage can't have a 3 in. Or a 6. 4, 5, 9, 3 or 6 are all unavailable for D. So D is made up of only 1, 2, 7 or 8. This digit clearly can't be a 2. Well, that is more narrowed down than I had realised. Much, actually. Oh, there are 3 Ds. How have I not noticed that there are 3 Ds? I thought I'd carefully counted the cages earlier. I bet there's 3 of some other thing. 1, 2, 3, 4 cages. 5, 6, 7, 8. I made the count 10. I'm such a lula. That's absolute nonsense. What other cage appears a 3rd time as well as D? It'll be symmetrical, won't it? Is it A? Mark, it's B. Look, there's all these Bs. I'm so hopeless. Right. That's what I needed to do, is count how many cages there were better. Now there's a yellow definitely in one of these 3 cells. That's not... Doesn't mean it's in E. Or could we say that it's definitely not in E for some reason, this yellow? Which is... Okay, if yellow was in E, it would have to be 3. So let's try and see where in the grid all these 3s would go. Ah, there's nowhere in box 8 for a 3 if yellow was a 3. So, no, I got that wrong. If yellow was also in E, it would have to be a 3, because that's the only overlapping digit between those sets, or between those sets. And then you would end up unable to put a 3 anywhere straight away in box 8. So, yellow is not in E, and therefore we know where it is in box 3. It's here, and it's 1, 3, 7 or 9. Now, yes, yellow is not one of the digits that can share. It's green and pink that could be sharing a cell. Okay, so let's keep going with yellow, which now can't be in any of those cells, and can't be in D either, so it must be one of those 2. Can't be in D because that, well, it sees that cell. So then it's in one of these 3. This is yellow I'm focusing on. And it's in one of these 3, and it can't be the green cell in A. So it's in one of these 2. Can it be in cage C? Can yellow be in cage C? It would have to be this cell. So then yellow would be either 1 or 9, and would be appearing in all of these cells as 1 or 9. Then it would be there, and then it would be here. It would be 9. It is possible, but it's certainly not possible. I was just trying to answer the question of can yellow be in C? And annoyingly, the answer is yes, if it's 9. That doesn't mean I can rule 1 out of this cell. Oh, I could rule 4 out of it just by being sensible and looking up the grid. Now, pink. pink in this box is 2 or 8. So it could be there if it's 8. It can't be here. It could be here if it's not 8, if it's 2, or it could be here if it's 2. Okay, that doesn't really tidy anything up for me. What was it? B that appears 3 times. Yes, that's important. So B I have labelled as made up of digits from 1, 3, 4, 7, 9. Well, this digit itself sees 1, 3, and 7. This one also can't be 1. So there is no 1 in B. And that's interesting too. B is, or rather yellow is 3, 7, or 9. There's another cell where I have to adjust that. For this to be yellow, it has to be 9 again. Then it would have to be in C down here, which is quite interesting. Oh, then it would be in the other C, obviously. So we would have that pattern of yellow 9s. That's not impossible. It's quite likely since it is possible. But now we've narrowed B down to only being selected from 3, 4, 7, and 9. And this is a yellow cell that is in B every time. Yeah, okay, what of it? You're right to ask. Okay, I don't know, but I can see how asking questions improves one's knowledge of this puzzle. Oh look, pink. Pink is in one of those cells, so none of these can be pink. But pink is 2 or 8, so it can't be in those cells, so it's definitely in one of these 2. It's either 8 here or 2 here. And then it can't be there, so it's in one of these 2. We know it's in one of these 3, pink. And that ran out. That was an interesting trail. Okay, what about green in this box? Green is 2, 5, 7, or 9, so it's one of those 4. That's not really very useful at all. I don't know, maybe I'm missing the question, but it's not telling me anything. Does pink have to be in D? Yes. Because that's where it started. That's why. Pink is always in D. Oh, there's another cell in B that isn't yellow. Let's give that a colour of violet. And that's there. And that is in E in row 2. So it's 3 or 4 violet, because 7 and 9 are not overlaps. So that digit is 3 or 4. Oh, well, this is interesting. And it's in the other case of E. It's in this E as well, this 3 or 4 that is violet. If it's 3, I think it can't go anywhere in this cell again. If violet is 3, how does it get into this box where it can't? 3 is not pencil marked into those cells, and this violet will rule out that cell, and this one will rule out those. Violet is 4. I've found a digit in the puzzle after just 21 minutes. And only one of them. No, not only one of them, because this digit is going to be the only place 4 can go in box 8 now, because there is one in there. Excellent. Right. 4 is violet. So, it's in one of those, it's in one of these 3. It's definitely in E, along with 3, 7 or 9, not 6 somehow. Because that other digit goes in B, yes. So 6 is ruled out from there. And 5. Hang on. What am I doing? This is E. This is not B. This is, sorry. This is E, which has a 4 and doesn't necessarily have that digit. I'm not ruling out 6 from E, which is also up here. Right, but I can put in that there's a 4 in one of these cells in each of those cages. And 4 is shared by both B and E. That's the learning. Now, that means either that is a pair of 4s and that digit will be 4, or that's a pair of 4s and then that digit will be 4. So one of these two is a violet 4. Okay, oh, this 4 gives us a 5 here. Now, do I know anything about 5's colour or lifestyle? It could be in C, it could be green. Well, it's now in one of these 3 cells. I was going to say it's not in E, but I don't know that. That could be untrue. It could be in E. It's certainly not in B. So if 5 was green, have we got enough 5s to overturn the theory somehow? No. No, we haven't. If yellow was 9, it would have to be in C here, because one of these is yellow and 9 is there. So, if yellow was 9, these in B and C would both have 9s in. That would be the 9 in C, and that would be the 9 in B, and we'd have a 9 here and there. That looks far too plausible and very possible indeed. Okay, that's no good for me. 1, 2, 4, 5. I find this a very difficult rule set to work with, I'm not going to lie. It's dreadfully hard to know what questions to ask and what outcomes they might have if you do ask the right questions. There doesn't seem to be a pattern really emerging, and no doubt that's just because I can't see it. I'm still in this position where I have to keep remembering that green could be pink, although that looks like a problem here, but that might be. No, that is fair. Pink is not green, because it's in D, so it has to be in one of those cells. Oh, that's when I discovered the third D, isn't it? That stopped pink being green. Oh, well, that's good. That means that all the 6 colours that I've delineated so far are different. I mean, I know that doesn't sound thrilling, but it does mean I can sort of juggle them in my head. Now I could start using green somehow. So green is different from the other colours, so it's in one of those cells. And it's in one of those cells. And one of these 3. And because that's well, no, we know it's here. I was going to talk about an X-wing that is nonsense. Can I now say that this is not red? Could D be a 2-8 pair? Not sure. I'm not sure I can. D is only made up of digits from 1, 2, 7, 8. I don't know why I haven't marked this cell, which it's the same as that one, isn't it? So it's not 2. This is 1, 7 or 8. Now, if it was a 1, C couldn't have a 1 in. What does that do for us? I don't know. I'm going to pencil mark a 4 in down here that has been available for some time. Oh yes, we know pink is in one of these two. Okay, there's a consequential thing there. If pink is here and is therefore 2, then that pushes yellow down to here. And that makes yellow 9. And that in turn makes green 5 or 7 and red 8. And blue 1 or 6. Oh look, one of these two is light blue. I hadn't seen that before. If it's there, it's clearly a 1. I can't see why that shouldn't be. If it's here, it's 6 or 9. Yeah, I really haven't focused on light blue at all. Ah, this can't be light blue because in D that would be light blue and that would clash. So this is definitely light blue and is 1, 6. Well, it's not 1 anymore. So light blue is now 6 or 9 for sure. Can we rule out 9? And it's in C. Now, these are the two C's. That's what I've done. It's in 1. No. No. I don't know. Light blue. It's different from red and green, so it's in one of those 4 cells. Well, okay, light blue is 6 or 9, so one of these two is light blue. That does rule light blue out of some cells, which include these 3. If one of those two is light blue, none of these can be. And therefore light blue in this cell is confined to this area. In this box, none of those can be light blue because either 6 or 9 is light blue. So light blue has to be in one of those 4. And where did I say here? One of those 4. This is worth thinking about a little, I fear. No, I'm going to move on to the other cell in C, which I've never coloured. Oh, maybe I could colour this one in D. Right. Yeah, I like that idea. This one in D is the same in those 2 cells. It can't be red, light blue, pink, yellow, or violet because of its, because of up here. Violet, light blue, pink, yellow. So it could be red or green. It could be red if it's an 8. It could be green if it's a 7. It doesn't have to be red or green. Okay, I'm giving this a colour now. It's grey. It could be red or green, but it's not there because these digits don't have any overlaps. So it must be in one of those 2 cells. And then grey's in one of these 3. And grey can't be in any of those by Sudoku. Can it, oh, it could be violet or red. Well, it couldn't be violet because of its number. It could be a red 8. I have a feeling it's likely that it is red. I can't really explain that feeling. Oh, hang on. Where's red up here? It's either that 2 or an 8 here, isn't it? It can't be yellow, violet, or light blue. So again with the uncertainty over red. Well, yeah, if red was here, it's a 2. If it... Okay, what I've just discovered randomly is that there's always an 8 in cage D, because if red is a 2, that digit has to be an 8 in box 5. If red is an 8, where does it go in box 2? It goes there, and therefore there's always a digit 8 in a D cage. I didn't know that before. That means one of these 2 cells is 8. It doesn't mean that cell is necessarily pink, although I bet you it is. Oh, but we've got, no, I've got possible 8s. Ah. One of these 2 is pink, because we do know that pink isn't green. We learned that down here. So one of these 2 is pink. I've just never pencil marked that. And that is forming a virtual 2-8 pair in row 6. So green is not 2. Now it's a tiny learning, but it's always good to get tiny learnings because mighty oaks may grow out of those little acorns. Maybe I should just colour down this column. Well, isn't this green? Look at this column. Are any of these available to be green? No, grey is available to be green. That's the problem there. Well, okay, but green is not the same as light blue. Where is green in this column? It's not down here or there by Sudoku. And it's not pink. It's not pink or violet or light blue, because it sees all of those around the place. So it's either there and is a 7 or there and is a 5. So green is not a 9. Again, we narrow down. Green is a 7, in which case it's also grey, or a 5, in which case I could start colouring these green. There'd be one there. No, maybe I should work on green and grey being 7 together and see if that founders somewhere. Because this is green and grey. It would have to be there. It would have to be 7, wouldn't it? One of those 2 cells and one of those 2. They'd all have to be 7. I can't falsify that. Not yet. I mean, we're still working, we're still going here. There's still action and motion and movement. Right, red. Red is either there or there. Green in this box. Green can't be yellow. So in this box, doesn't green have to be one of these 2? Green is 5 or 7, and it can't be yellow, so it must be one of those 2. Green can't be yellow. Can it be in cage E? It would have to be here, and it would have to be 5. I can't prove that out. I mean, I can't rule that out. That's what I'm trying to say. This one is definitely grey, but it could also be green. Does that mean it can't be 1? No, it doesn't. It just doesn't, I don't think. Although I might be onto something here. I'm trying to work out some of these digits and where they go in this box. Light blue and violet, obviously. Yellow, yes, we know it's in one of these. Pink. If pink's an 8, it goes in one of these cells in the box. Yeah, I'm not getting this. I'm not getting this. But I am still getting closer. It's remarkable how hard this puzzle is, actually. It's very much surprised me. Okay, I haven't thought about E for a good long time. E contains digits from 3, 4, 5, or 6, and one of them is violet. If 6 was in E, that would be 6, that would be 6. That would be... because wouldn't 6 be violet? Oh, no, it's not. 4 is violet. So we know 4's in the cage. Oh, why have I not been using that? Maybe I can't. If D had a 7 in it, it would be grey. But it would be there. It would have to be green in box 4. So if D had a 7 in it, it is green. And grey at the same time. That won't work. That won't work. Look, I've got grey in D here. I've designated it as grey, so it has to appear in one of these. Oh, goodness, why can't I just do this? Now I know that it's seeing that cell in row 7. So grey is not the same as green anymore. And therefore, this cell is not green, and this cell is green, and green is a 5. And it's that simple when you actually find out how it's working. And now all my 7 colours are different. And they're all in the central box. One of those is grey. Right, I need to come up with names or pack drills or colours for the other 3 colours. We haven't used orange yet. So if we were to use orange and dark blue to fill this box, we've got grey, orange, dark blue. They're all looking at this cell. 2 and 8, I mean, this has been available forever, are pink and red in some order. Okay, it doesn't actually resolve this digit. I thought that was going to resolve this colour. I think I've had a breakthrough, but I don't know how to apply it. Red is in one of those 2 cells. Let's just say that for now. So is green, because that has to be here somewhere. And that has now shut out yellow. And that must be yellow. So it is a sort of colouring puzzle that I finally know now. So one of those 3 is yellow, which is 3, 7. I don't know how to use that. This row, I've got red, green as a pair, grey, pink, blue, light blue. That's one of orange or dark blue. We've still got to find yellow and violet, which is a 4, and must go here. That didn't feel obvious. So now this is violet, and that's not, and therefore the 4 is placed in the cage, and there it is. And we needed violet in B as well, so that's 4. And this, my friends, is yellow and must be 9. Right, that is going to help. Now this has to be yellow 9. This is no longer allowed to be yellow. This must be yellow 9. This is obviously yellow 9, so are these two. This one I made yellow a little while ago. That's now 9. I've got 2 more 9s to go. One is here in cage C. Yes, that figures. And the other one must be here. 9 is done. E is 4. Oh, we don't know which is which. Right, one of these two is violet 4. Now, there's a clue there, because can it be in B? Where's the other B? It is in B. So that is violet 4. And one of these in E is a 4, which we know, and that's there. Right, what's the other digit in E? It, in terms of colour, I mean, I can see it's 3, 5, or 6. But it's not. Violet, yellow, green, red, or light blue. The other digit, it's not. What did I say? Violet, yellow, green, red, or light blue. Could it be pink? No, because pink is 2 or 8, and this other digit is 3, 5, or 6. So it must be grey, which it's not in box 3, or dark blue or orange, which I've really barely labelled in the centre at all. However, that does mean it's not 5, because it's not green. I mean, that's blindingly obvious, but only just got there. It's 3 or 6, and it appears in one of these cells. Oh, look, this digit is 9 or 6, and it's in a cage with a 9. Light blue is 6, and that means that this object that is not light blue is 3. And I don't know what colour it is, but that means the E cage is a 3-4 pair. And that digit is 6, and I haven't marked it. Now, I've got 5, 7, 8 to fit into this row. That one's not allowed to be 5. 5's in one of these cells. 5, I should as well, I mean, I might as well colour that green, which is 5's colour. Oh look, 5's in one of these two, green, and therefore not there. And therefore this one is green and is 5. 5's in one of those. Right. These are 5 and 2 or 8. So we've got 2, 5, 8 triple looking at this grey, which is now 1 or 7. But the D cage needed an 8 in, so pink has become 8 definite. That one is definitely pink. Pink is definitely 8. So that's one of these two cells, and it means red is definitely 2. This is a 2, 5 pair. I am taking this slow because I really don't want to mess it up now when we've actually got somewhere. There's a 7 in one of those cells in column 1, and that means this digit is an 8, and I know its colour, don't I? It's pink. So this must be the grey, and therefore grey must be 1. And that's here as well and here. And that means this digit of blue or orange is 7. The D cage contains 1 and 8 now as a pair. One of these two is 1 and the other one is 5. So this is where 8 goes, and we could colour it. Might as well keep the colouring going now. About as many people say, please get rid of all the colouring, as say, please complete the colouring to the end. So it's quite hard to determine what the consensus favours. Now, we've got 1, 6 and 7 to place here. Finally, look, there's a 1, 5 pair. Finally, I can do a bit of Sudoku, which has been sorely lacking in this puzzle, but now maybe coming to the fore. Sorry, that's 3, that's 2. This is a 6, 7 pair. That's a 7. Goodness me. 5, 4, 8, 9, 6. We can place 1. And we've got a 2, 3, 7 triple. That's a 1, 3 pair that are resolved. 1 is the grey digit. That's what we've decided. 3 and 7. I don't know which one is blue. We have yet to make a decision about which one is blue and which one is orange. This one, though, is not violet. Non-violet protest. 4 and 3 up there. We know the colours. What is 3 actually? Oh no, we haven't got a colour for 3 yet. Or 7. We must have a colour for 2. 2 is red. We do. Two is red. There we go. Now, in this box, we've got an 8 and a 3. We can just do them. That's a 7. That gives us 3, 2, 7. 5 and 1 are resolved. This is a 6, 2 pair. This is a 2, 5 pair. Okay, this time I'm going to get rid of all the colouring, actually, because I mean it's just getting in the way at the moment. 1, 8, 7, 6, 2, 9. This is a 4, 5, 3. In the final column we've got 2 and 6 to place. That does the top left corner. Then 7 and 8 here. 1 and 8 here. And 1 and 5 at the top. And there we go. We have decoded all the pairs. What a clever puzzle. That's really remarkable. And I dare say I was missing things a bit, but there's not many other ways of disentangling that, and you have to keep spotting all of the colour effects and all of the possible pairs. Very clever and really remarkably difficult for me. I'll be again interested to read your times, because I do sometimes misgauge these in terms of difficulty, but I think that was a tough one, and it's a pleasure to get through it. Thank you so much for following along with me. I do hope you'll come back tomorrow and watch more variant Sudoku on Cracking the Cryptic. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll say bye for now.